Hi, this is Michael Uslan. You're listening to Batman on Film.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
Plug you in, my tuning up frequency. Jay and the crew, they got the remedy. Discussing bats and all his legacy. Mike is savage. Welcome to the social hour. We're talking gospel, flying power. Look in the field, the protest got the keys to the Batmobile. Lights go down the shuts about the storm. Just listen, sucking like a dog. We're down the ways of harm. We're in deep, not sleep. Welcome to the social hour. Exploring Gotham's darkest hours. Tune in, feel the charge. Jet set the hill with glowing large.
Welcome to the Social Hour, the Batman on Film podcast, batman-on-film.com. This is episode 179. I am the founder of Batman on Film, Bill Ramey. Let's ride. Pete Vera. What's up? What's up?
We riding.
What's up? What's up? Now you got started that last week. What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
You answer the phone like that this week?
Yeah. Now I'm going to. Now you reminded me. It is in the morning here on October 7th, 2024. Actually, 9:17 a.m. Central, 10:17 a.m. Eastern, Jersey time.
That's normal time.
And we're going to talk some Penguin episode 3.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to talk All In and the return of Uxas.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
the new DC All In comic. You see, you know,
DC's
that
been,
one?
Yeah, DC's been in All In. How many of these we've had?
We go
Crisis only. How many Crisis? 0 hour
every summer. We could do it every summer. What are you talking about? It's just they do it every summer. There's always a crisis every summer.
Stop. I mean,
Stop publishing comics. That's it. No more stories.
No, publish comics, but I don't care for that big event.
Oh, 0 hour is great. You don't like 0 hour?
I think I have every issue of that.
Oh, it's a classic. 0 is a classic. You got to read that. That's good stuff.
I have read it as it came out.
Yeah, you got to reread it. It's great. It's some of the best. I love 0 hour. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, whatever.
This guy. What can I do?
Give me a solo Batman story, and I'm good. All right. The Penguin, episode 3, Bliss, directed by Craig Zobel, written by Noel Valdeva. Hope I pronounced that right. And of course, we have our usual suspects of the cast. You know, we got Oz and Sophia. Victor, what's like the main three here? This is a Victor episode, huh?
Yeah, this was interesting. A little bit of it starts off with a flashback right before the bombs burst on the seawall, and that's one thing the show actually does a lot. Not a lot, but we've seen it now for 3 episodes. We've seen this seawall kind of break in two. It's cool watching it. Not cool, but it's interesting seeing it from the citizen's perspective.
Yeah.
As it's happening, you kind of see the impact of the seawall, of the damage that the seawall falling down caused, and you can really see the impact it left.
I think this episode showed it more. What's the word I want to look for here? Violently, I guess. Yeah. Even from the film, it was more from Batman's point of view, where Batman was at the garden, Gotham Square Garden.
Even Riddler's point of view, right? Because that's when the
music. And the Riddler. So this one, it starts off with that flashback scene that you just mentioned, and we get to know more. There's been little hints of what's up with Victor? You see him looking at as he walks through Gotham with Oz, those uh,
Missing posters.
yeah, the missing people posters, the flyers. Have you seen such and such? And you see him looking at that. So we don't know what happened. Well, we find out what happens here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Victor always had a stutter either. It didn't seem like he had a stutter in the beginning.
Oh, he's
Like
always had that.
Yeah. And no, I mean, in this flashback, like I don't remember him stuttering. Like, was the stuttering thing a PTSD thing that happened post Seawall? Like, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Well, I would say it might have gotten worse,
Worse.
but it was. I mean, he had moments of it in the flashback.
Okay. I don't know. I felt like it was I thought I didn't notice it. So,
But he lives in an apartment in Gotham with his mother and father and his sister. I believe that's who that was in there with him, and get a little glimpse into his home life, which seems to be pretty. He's got a little decent home life. It doesn't seem like there's any strife with his parents and whatnot. And he's gonna go out and hang out with his friends and watch fireworks on the roof of the building. I guess it's like across the way, across the street.
A building in the neighborhood, really.
Yeah. So they get up there.
They probably just climbed up a fire escape.
Yeah. So luckily he's going to watch the fireworks on the roof. And while they're up there, that's when the Riddler blows up the seawall or whatever in the hell,
the barrier,
the water, and the floods Gotham. And he's looking down. He's trying to.
His apartment building gets head on.
Yeah,
it kind of like a tidal wave.
And and it just wipes out his family's apartment with all of those people, his family in there. And so that's what we find out. We find out that's his story. That's pretty much where Oz finds him just right after basically. That.
So for as much as this is like a real Victor heavy episode, there's probably about as much detail sprinkled in randomly about Sophia. Like in the beginning, like when she first comes to meet Oz, Victor and Oswald kind of argue because Oz is going to leave Victor alone with the hangman. And Ozzy's like, don't believe everything you read. And then, throughout the episode, they dig deeper into that relationship with Sophia and Oz, which was really interesting.
Yeah. You've been saying here on this show, us talking about the Penguin, there's history with them. Something's up. Something's going on. Something went on,
Yeah.
And we find out, you know, Oz was her driver,
And there seems to be a pattern here, right? Quotes where Sophia's drivers aren't the most reliable people for her, right?
Yeah.
Obviously her and Oswald got some drama. Then we saw what's his name, Vinny Barbarino, get picked off last episode.
Yeah.
So, she's not exactly batting 1,000 with these guys.
Yeah. So it must have been Oz's way to better himself, to get into the Falcone family, is that he worked for Carmine to drive his daughter around, Yeah. And we also learned that he sold her out,
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what the pieces are, but I can't tell.
Somehow he sold her out.
A great actor. Oz is a good liar, or if he actually cares about this chick. There's.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out yet because I don't think I'm supposed to at this point. Like, I don't think they've showed their hand, but it's just, I like having, just layers peeled back every episode. It not only does it just move the story along, but I'm just interested in it. Like, everything's just fascinating to me. Cause like, I'm like, oh, well, now Oz was her driver. She may not be the actual hangman killer. She may have just taken the fall. Yeah. So maybe she's crazy because she knows she's actually innocent and she's in Arkham with a bunch of Looney Tunes. There's just so much information to process.
And it's like her father was behind getting her sent to Arkham, wanted her out of the way. And
which is another theme because
yeah,
they want to send her to Italy.
yes, trying to Johnny Beatty said he's trying to, he gives her a plane ticket and to go to Italy, and it's like you got till such and such time, or or what she says, or what, or that's I'm gonna tell people, that's what I'm gonna tell them where you went. So he basically threatened her. So you've got two stories going on here. Essentially, you've got Oz and Sophia coming together again and working on this. We find out what this new drug is. It's Bliss. That comes from some sort of I don't know if
fungus.
mushroom. Yeah, mushrooms have. If they, I don't know if they have sap.
Trust the fungus.
Yeah, it's some derivative of a mushroom, and it's a party drug, and it's like little red crystals. They've got like a Walter White guy that they hired to cook it, whatever it is, a chemist, and they got that whole, that production, that factory going on. So you got that, and also they need a distributor, so they're going to go to an Asian family, Asian
Triads.
organized crime family, led by Mr. Zhao, and I guess his intermediary was Link Zai. So they have this meeting, but at the same time, you've got the whole thing with Victor, and we meet his girlfriend, and she tells him she's going to California. She's had enough of Gotham. Their families are dead.
She's hanging out with Kowalski.
We find out how much Victor makes. He's now going to make $1,000 a week.
That's good. I should be Oswald's driver.
Yeah, that's good money right there. Come on now. Yeah. So cash, $1,000 a week, cash money.
Take that, IRS.
And so she wants him to come with her to start over. He's thinking about it, but he also has this loyalty. Is it more fear or is it loyalty with Oz?
I think he's gotten a little taste of it, and I think he's got a little Oz in him because it seems like Oswald gets off on the rush of possibly getting himself killed. And I kind of feel like Victor is now addicted to the adrenaline high that is this lifestyle. Like he thought about it. He thought about leaving. He gave it some serious thought, and he couldn't. And, you see it in the beginning too, when the two of them are talking. He loves the city. He's a city boy. He's Gotham is in his blood. I think this is his home. That and the combination of he's finally, he's making good money and all that. I think he's addicted to the life. I think he got a taste of it, and that's how it happens.
Oz seems, because you're right. You don't know when he's bullshitting or sincere, or it could be a combination of both at the same time. You know what I mean?
And Sophia says it in the episode. She goes, "You say all the right thing."
Yes,
she says it to us.
Yes. I think Oz genuinely likes his Vic.
Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, he wouldn't have killed. He would. Otherwise, he probably would have popped him off then and there at the car.
So we got that going on. These two things going on at the same time, right? And they meet with the what was the name of that gang? That Asian gang again?
The Triads.
Triads, yes. And Link says, and they're bullshitting. Oz is bullshit completely,
which he's been doing for 3 episodes now. That's what he does, man.
He's telling them that the Falcons are behind this, and they just they're on behalf of the Falcons, and that Link says, okay, well, I need you to get me a phone call with Johnny Beatty.
Johnny
make sure this is legit. And so
Ozzy's been
Oz,
trying to get these photos out for 3 episodes.
yeah. So Oz doesn't blink and says, "Okay, we'll take care of that, and then we'll go from there." Once he gets that, they'll get the meeting with the big man, the head honcho, Mr. Zhao, at the Iceberg Lounge later that night. But there's that little problem of
I don't think it was Iceberg
call.
Lounge. I thought it was the Triad Bar.
Weren't they at the Iceberg Lounge?
No, I thought they were I thought they went to the Triad Bar. I thought it was a test on the Triad turf.
Okay,
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, same kind of setup. Like
yeah,
a rave type thing, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
It's a front. It's a front for gang activity.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got the whole thing. There's Oz and Victor go to this very nice restaurant, and they're not there just to eat. Oz has an ulterior motive, right? We're going to get to here in a second. And but he has this conversation. Asks Vic about his family and what his dad did. His dad was a mechanic, but he was a chef at heart, and he would have liked this place and been impressed. And Oz
had a nice moment.
Oz is giving him all this life advice.
I think a lot with Oswald is just living in the moment, like because at any given moment he's either going to be your best friend or he's going to kill you. That's to be honest with you. Yeah. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Because there's no doubt in my mind if he ever needs to, if Victor ever becomes a liability, he's going to get popped.
So we have that little interaction between Victor and Oz. And that's when I really like, okay, Oz, because Victor has mentioned before that, he's talking to the girl. Well, I think he kind of likes me. He's kind of lonely. And there's part of that too. He is company for Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Oz has always been this, he's this outcast.
Yeah.
With a lot of people, with the Falcone family.
I mean, I think Vitti says at one point, they keep the Penguin around because he's a joke, right?
Yeah.
And again, he gets called the Penguin 2 episodes in a row, so everyone can calm down.
Yeah, the top hat and monocle's coming.
They'll be here before you know it.
Yeah. And he'll be going whack, 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 whack. Just, So we got to remember, the little subplot that we knew about, been sprinkled in here in these last couple episodes. Johnny Vitti is having an affair with Tina Falcone, who is the new boss's wife. And finally, like you said, Pete, right? Those photos and that information comes into play. What did you think about that exchange at the restaurant? He goes to go talk to Tina. That's why he's there. They're ordering food and they're going to eat, but he's there because he needs her. And I wasn't really sure at first, because he goes up to her, "Hey, Tina, hey, doing the Oz thing." And what does he say to her? He says he needs her to do something.
I think he asked her for like a favor or something. I don't know. Yeah, something along those lines. But I thought it was pretty ballsy. And then to walk in on them, I thought that was pretty
he
great.
said? Well, yeah, he basically, she goes to have a rendezvous with Johnny Vitti, knowing that Oz and Sophia are going to show up.
At that point, you're just trying to get your rock off as early as possible.
I'm just what does he must have more on or with Tina for her to go along with this than just those photos, don't you think?
Well, here's the deal. I think it's more along the lines of you got to tell me where Vitti is, or I tell your husband. And then and he goes to Vitti, well, you got to play along with me or I'm going to Luca. So let's just call it like it is. Victor's got them between a rock and a hard Victor. Oswald's got them between a rock and a hard place. They got to do what he said. So they got, they're just fighting. Yeah. At this point, they're fighting for their survival, probably their lives. Because if this gets out, they're probably both dead.
Because I'm thinking, what's he says, I need you got to do something, and it's gonna burn, or it's gonna be whatever the word. he uses it. Like, yeah, it's probably gonna suck. So yeah, I mean, I thought he was gonna kill Johnny Vitti because Johnny Vitti
No,
talks
he
to
needs Vitti
him
alive.
like
He
he's
needs
a
Vitti
Pete.
alive.
Yeah, he talks. Johnny Vitti looks down on Oz. He calls him the Penguin. Like you said,
He's
he's
threatened
there for
Sophia already.
entertainment. I thought he was going to pull a Alberto and just pull out his freaking gun and blow
No,
his
he
head
needs
off.
Vitti though.
I know.
He needs
Yeah,
that phone
yeah.
call.
He
And
got the
now
phone
he's got
call.
Vitti in his pocket.
Yeah.
Vitti's
He's,
going to be a big player.
so he got the phone call because they got the meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have the Bliss there. You've
Basically, the
got Victor
tryout,
there, and Victor is
the dealer.
the bag man. But he's also at that point, he's still planning to get on the bus. Gus,
I go
don't need to
west.
be coy, Roy. You know what? Okay. Set yourself free. Go to California. Little nod to Paul Simon there. Hey, y'all, it's Bill Ramey, founder of Batman on Film. Let's take a quick pause in this podcast for these words from our sponsor. You think at any point did you think, yeah, he's just gonna up and go to California and leave Oz high and dry?
I wasn't sure because he gets to the bus stop, and then I was going either way there. I wasn't really sure what he was going to do, but he eventually just kind of sits there, and I think he just realized he couldn't go, which is funny because he technically stole Oz's car, right? They had a confrontation in the bathroom.
Yeah,
They kind of had another father son moment,
yeah,
a little bit
because
more rough than the last.
Victor has been practicing how he's going to tell Oz that he's going to California, and he's like, he's just going to kill me. He's going to kill me, and he's in the bathroom. The whole operation is going really well, and there was a slight mishap, slight mishap.
Well, that's why I thought like about the stuttering and the PTSD because he kind of had an episode in the club.
Yeah, an episode in the club.
Flashing
on the
lights kind of reminded him of the bombs bursting. So so he kind of he had a little bit of a mishap, but Roxy was there to help him out.
Yeah, the Penguin's girl, Eve Carlo, he's got her girls working for them. They're out there. They're making the sales. Victor's the bag man collecting the money. They bring him after they make the sale. Then he has that episode on the dance floor. I blame Roxy. Well, I don't know what she was trying to get him out on the dance floor for with a bag full of drugs, but whatever,
she's got needs too.
Yeah, I guess. She got the hots for Victor.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Well,
everybody needs a girl in the fast lane.
Yeah,
you need a side piece.
So, Victor's kind of seems like a loyal guy. He's got that Graciela, even though she's gone to California.
Yeah, she ain't got nothing anymore.
I thought so. They had that confrontation. His phone. He's got her tech. Graciela is texting Victor saying, "I'm at the bus station, and are you coming? Where are you?" And Oz kind of sniffs out something was up, right?
Yeah.
Takes his phone, sees it, and you leaving? You want to get out? And there was this whole thing about basically,
which I did think was interesting because Oz is like, "You think I'm holding you hostage?" And it's like, well, you did say you owned him in the first episode.
Yeah.
Like he's the only one who really knows you murked Alberto, right? So he's the witness, I guess. So if I was Victor, I probably would have thought I couldn't leave either, to be honest.
Oz seemed genuinely sad, hurt a little bit that Victor left and was going to leave.
Yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, he did. But it's like, man, like, is he just playing the game? Is he just doing his Oz game, talking on both sides of his mouth, or is he really kind of, going to miss this kid? Because he just lets him go, like I was surprised, really. I really was. I was really surprised how Oz took that conversation in that bathroom.
I
I was just
thought
shocked.
I thought for a moment that when Victor got out of the club and got in Oz's car and took off, I thought he was going to, and he pulled up. I thought he was going to get that girl and bring her back and say, "I got money. You don't have to
This is
leave."
our life. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But he just sat there and let her get on the bus and let the bus go.
Yeah, it seemed like she was ready, obviously, to just start. You heard it, like their
Yeah,
families are dead. She's leaving. She's living in a tent. It's the Crown Point section of Gotham has really been hit the hardest, as we've learned throughout this series, with the effects of the seawall
yeah,
flooding. So it's bad out there, and they've name dropped No Man's Land, one of my favorite storylines of all time. So that's a cute little nod. So it's just not good out there. Like I could see why she would want to escape and just kind of start over. If you're going to start over, why not start over in Hollywood, right?
I guess there's a thing that he cares enough about her just to let her go. You know,
Well, there's that too. Like, does he
not
want to,
not not keep Victor's a he's a good guy,
well, look at what
but
Oz
he's
does
good.
for his mother. Does
Yeah,
he want to go through that? That's a lot. I mean, you obviously protecting the person you love, right? A
yeah,
person you love, but it also could probably be exhausting, trying to, not only save your ass every day, but try to save somebody you care about, just the weight on
yeah,
the shoulders probably he doesn't want to bear it.
yeah.
It's probably easier to let her go.
So yeah, it was like let her go to California. I've made my bed here, and he, like you said earlier, he's getting $1,000 a week cash, and he's like kind of likes this lifestyle a little bit,
Yeah.
And so he's heading back. He's heading back, and just describe for us what the hell's going on when there's something went down, you know,
I mean,
outside at the
it's
club
talk
with
about like
Oz and
just
Sophia.
intervention, divine, was it? Would it be divine intervention? Like just right place, right time. Like if
Yeah,
Victor doesn't quit on Oz, there's a good chance Oz would be dead by the end of the episode. To be honest with you, like it's just
yeah.
fate. Basically, for some reason, the Maronis are not happy with Oz, and they roll
You
deep,
think?
and they're ready
Yeah,
for to pull off some execution style payback. And Oswald in his beautiful white suit is on his knees, paying his respects, and Victor just crashes right into the Maronis. It's pretty crazy.
it's yeah. I'm trying to figure out. I guess I mean I know Oz is playing both the Maronis and Falcons, okay? But
Mhm.
the Maronis, part of the Oz's pitch was that he could do this because he's got the connection, he's got the in with the Falcone family, even though
There's got to
he's
be.
selling. Well, she's it's Nadia Maroney, Sal's wife,
I
shows
they
up.
they gotta have heard something that
Well, she
Oz is doing.
says
They just didn't like.
we've been watching you. You
Yeah,
know, doesn't she call him a motherfucker at the
probably.
point? Yeah,
Um, I just they probably, if they've been watching him, then they know he's going. The Falcons and the Triads apparently don't have a very good history together, so they're
yeah,
probably like, what are the Falcons and the Triads doing? What's going on here? If Oz is the middleman between everybody, they got to rely on his word, and if they're not hearing word from him, they're going to get suspicious. The Maronis were already suspicious, right? They lost one guy at the Falcone house because of Oz.
yeah.
Essentially, they threatened to kill him. Then this is only about what, the third time the Maronis threatened to kill us.
Well, I would say yes, Oz got out of this one, but this, as far as we know, this was just because fate intervened and Vic showed up and plows through them.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
I don't know how much talking out of this he got, but yeah, and he jumps in the car and he says, go. And what about Sophia? And he's like, leave her. So
I mean, at that point, it's all scatter. Like everyone's running in different directions. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, just go, just get out of the scene.
How
You
many
know,
Maronis did he take out? We know that one guy he pinned up against the
There's
car.
got. I don't know how many guys are in that truck.
Did he
They've all
nail
got.
the woman? Did he nail Nadia too with the
I
car?
imagine she's outside in front of Oswald giving him some speech before he eats a bullet like that. I
Yeah.
imagine that's where that was going.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out
honestly,
who.
he probably took out two guys. There's probably one guy in that truck behind the wheel. There was the one guy he ran into, and I imagine everybody else is ready just to shoot.
Okay.
You know,
Because I
like
want
I
to know
don't know
what,
how people are
like
sitting in the truck while everyone else is out there execution style.
they take off. So
So I think everyone just scatters.
he leaves Sophia. We don't know what's happened with her yet.
Yeah, I mean, she could be laying unconscious on the ground. She could have run off. I mean, we'll find out next week. I think that's the big mystery is what happened
Well,
to
I mean,
Sophia.
yeah, exactly. Because some shit's going to go down now, huh?
Or what if Sophia's playing both sides? What if Sophia sold out Oz to the Maronis because she doesn't trust him? Like, why would she trust him? You know, if we're going by this episode alone, Oz is the reason she ended up in Arkham. So maybe
Yeah,
she wants a little payback.
that's a good thought.
At
But
this point, I think everybody's out to get everybody except for Victor. I think
because
Victor's the only one who's looking out for Ozzy.
the Falcons don't want her there. They don't want her in Gotham. They don't want her to have anything to do with anything Falcone
Sophia,
family.
for some reason, is a wrench in the gears. She throws things off. I don't know how her father dealt with her. That's not really revealed to us. If we go by Johnny Vitti, she's a very spoiled brat, even though it doesn't seem that way. That seems to be more Alberto than anybody else, to be honest, in the little time we've seen him. Yeah, that's what's really great about this is there's a lot, every episode just seems we have a lot more questions than we ever do answers.
There's going to be a twist coming with this hangman, who the real hangman is at some point.
Yes, there is totally, because it's not her. I'm thoroughly convinced she's just the
Yeah.
fall guy. She's the I pay to Shohei.
Yeah. When they had that flashback scene, did you see that cameo by Batman in it?
No, I was looking for Harvey Dent.
Oh, yeah, he was there too.
Okay.
If you missed it, it's Batman and Harvey Dent there for a brief moment. So keep your eyes up for that, y'all. Yeah, there's a lot. As much as we find out and gets resolved in one way or another, the more questions that each episode brings us. Too many questions. Too many questions. Shout out to Batman Forever.
Which was a hit in 1995. Which
it absolutely was.
It was a hit.
People
That's
went
right.
around.
Well, mini Batmania.
Yeah. There's so much. I mean, how many of the Maronis did Victor take out? That little group that was led by Nadia. How much does Sal know?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Sophia? What happens now with this deal that they just made with the Bliss and
because that's another thing too. Like, if I'm not mistaken, this happens at the Triad Bar.
Yeah.
So what happens now with a bunch of dead Maronis in the loading dock of the Triad Bar? The Falcone and the Maronis are in the midst of a gang war. Is this about to be a three-sided gang war? Like, the Maronis going to take lightly to their people dead in the Triad parking lot? That's another thing to look at.
Well, look, he's all in now if he wasn't before, right?
I'm telling Victor's addicted. Look, Victor is addicted to this lifestyle. There's no doubt about it. Like he knows, he screwed up at the Falcone mansion, definitely. But he's definitely shown his capabilities. I mean, he didn't hesitate. He just ran right in
that
there.
task at the Falcone mansion in the last episode, that was there was no way to be able to pull that off. So
I'm starting to agree with you. I don't know how.
I don't blame Victor.
Could do it.
I don't blame Victor for that. I think there's just no way you can pull that off. So anyway, that goes back to the last episode. So yeah, here we are. We got Oz and Victor and that nice car that got smashed. which smashed some
I'm not worried
Maronis.
about that car. Oswald's definitely got a guy at
Yeah,
Maserati.
yeah, and they took off. We got to figure out what happened with Sophia. Got to find out how many of these, did Nadia get whacked too by the car? Or she injured? Where did Sophia go? How much does Sal know now? What about the whole, the Bliss thing? And hell, and the Hangman. I know that's coming up somehow. That's going to be a twist at some point. It's going to be a twist because someone framed Sophia for that on purpose because they wanted her gone. And that we got to figure out, okay, then why did they want her gone back then? Was that 10 years ago?
Mm-hmm. And Vidi still holds a grudge about it too. Vidi still, Vidi's all about getting rid of her. There's Vidi and her also got to have some history, right? Because Vidi's dying to get her out of there.
Yeah, I can't stand her. All right. Where do you put this episode? Grade wise compared to the other two? I hate comparing them. They're all been so damn good. This was a good episode.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I mean, to be honest, like nothing as of yet has really topped the hype of the first episode. Just waiting for it, then getting it, all that. But it's good. It's just another solid episode in the show.
Oh, it's good. I mean,
yeah, it's all good. I can't complain.
No, all these are A to me, A level grade wise. I really like this episode. I liked finding out more about Victor, a glimpse into his recent past, with his family and what situation he was in. The whole thing with the, more, we find more what went on with Oz and Sophia. We know he was a driver, and it got to be more. I want to know how that whole thing went down. How did she get set up? Why did they want her? Why did her family want her gone? And why did they, and well, Oz kind of, she asked him why, and he told her, you think he was full of crap on that? And he was just saying, I don't know if he was. He just said,
no, he said, Oz did the right thing at the right time to the right person. So it's really tough to gauge whether he's being sincere or not.
I mean, he could have BS'd and said, I had no option. They made me, and he just said, no, I did it, and I'd do it again because it benefited me and made me have a better life. And he just told her straight up. And I think she kind of looked and went, okay, fair enough. I kind of respect that. So even though you screwed me over here. And yeah, lots of things I want to know.
Gotta wait a week.
I know we gotta wait a week.
Gotta wait a week.
We got 5 more episodes.
5 more. That's it. Whoa.
Good stuff. Yeah, 5 more weeks. So hey, that's another month plus of the Batman saga. Right?
I'm excited. Don't tell me I'm pumped. This is great. I'm really enjoyed this. It's been great. It's just so much fun to watch Oswald kind of get his due. I feel like most characters have gotten their due. Oswald needs a little bit, especially after that disgusting thing that aired on Fox.
That's not even in my consciousness of Batman. So, thanks for reminding me. All right, Pete, that'll do it for this episode.
I'd like to remind you of Batman Returns and BVS as well, just while I'm at it.
Why you want to remind me of that?
I don't know. I just reminded you of Gotham. I
told you I'll watch Batman Returns on a loop 24/7 for a month straight rather than watch BVS ever again in my life. So
well, that's how I moved to Texas, because me and Bill are hanging out watching Batman Returns.
Yeah. All right. So we will be back here next week to analyze, recap, discuss.
Would you say same bat time, same bat channel?
Same bird time. Same bird
time?
Yeah.
All right.
I just hope he gets a submarine at some point.
A penguin is a bird that cannot fly. My name is Oswald.
Oswald Cobb. Oz Cobb.
Yeah.
The penguin.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell.
Maybe we'll get a penguin 3 episodes in a row, huh? How about that?
I think.
Can you imagine that? You
think he at some point it comes to embrace the moniker, or does he always hate it, even when he becomes the big?
I don't know. Like
the guru.
I'd like to see by series end him becoming, the Penguin, like right, the Penguin. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe he adopts it just out of spitefulness. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. You want to talk about anything you're doing out in the world of fandom?
Nothing,
Batman
just
on film
podcasting.
yeah.
Just
All right. Well,
socially, Pete Illustrated. You can follow my podcast or the Gotham at straight_G. I have a Spider-Man podcast at Spidey Coalition. Brian Lauer's the Batman Book Club once a month, and then I'm all over this dadgun website called batman-on-film.com.
all right. Batman on film. There you go. You just said it. Batman-on-film.com. Everything's there. Yep. Check it all out. Anything. Yeah, we're just doing these Penguin things. I've got well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a 2 for a week. I'll tease. We're going to have another social hour on Friday. I know Lauer is going to be on it. Pete, you're more than welcome. We're going to talk about issue 1 of Absolute Batman.
Oh, God.
So you want to come on and talk about that with me and Lauer? You're more than welcome. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I might just skip that one.
And I got 2 more. We got 2 episodes coming left of no, we got 1 left. We did 9. So we have the finale of Cape Crusader, episode 10.
I thought you were going to say Justin's finishing up chapter by chapter, but I think that'll take another 3 years.
I think he's almost done. I think there's only a few left.
What I actually am trying to get somebody together. I want to do a Joker 2 podcast. I want to talk about the movie with somebody.
Yeah, get that on.
Somebody's got to see.
On the make that. Get that on the original podcast. I was going to suggest that anyway. All right, yeah. So there you go. Pete will be talking about Joker 2, Folia Do,
at some point
on the original Batman on Film podcast here very soon. So watch this space. All right, for Pete, I'm Bill. Now, so Rachel will finish up here. We'll catch you next time.
You have been listening to the BOF Social Hour, Jet's official podcast on Batman on Film. Follow BOF on Threads at The Batman on Film. Follow BOF on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Batman on Film. To help keep BOF up and running, go to patreon.com/BatmanOnFilm, or you can buy BOF a beer at buymeacoffee.com/TheRealBatmanOnFilm. For Jet and everyone at BOF, I'm announcer Rachel. Authoritative, definitive, the original Batman on Film, founded in 1998.